Hey guys, this is Marcus here. I'm here to talk about anybody dealing with any unfairness at the job. This could be because of racial issues. This could be because of age. This could be because of you got to another level at your job. You raised the bar a little bit. This could be for many reasons, but I'm gonna give you some ways that are problems and ways to ultimately defeat those problems, no matter what the situation is. Okay, so we're gonna start with age. No matter if you're young or you older, just understand that we all have different times in our life to do different things. And you should never worry about what anybody thinks about your age, how soon or how late you are starting something. We all have different seasons in our lives, and I would just encourage you to get just overall just toughness of who you are and what you're doing and just being comfortable with being yourself. If you're not comfortable with being yourself, this is going to affect you, including many other things that, coworkers or anybody will try to throw at you. Um, Anybody dealing with anything as far as racially, just being, a different race than the people that you work with. Um, I had a similar situation, and I'm not even really just gonna talk about, just any hate thing or anything like that. It could be, a language barrier. I would encourage you to, if you're dealing with that, the language, just learning as much as a language as you can. Start with the simple things first, and start with the nice, references of the language. Um, Start with, learn how to say things like thank you, um, please, um, appreciate it, um, and just be willing to learn, but also be willing to understand that there's things that you won't understand that they are saying, and everybody is not talking about you. And if they are, that's on them. We're not really here to try to figure out what somebody's saying about us. We are there to do a job. We're not there to make friends. We're there to be as cordial as possible. And if people, are cool, be cool. But if they're not cool, they're not cool. But don't just assume that people are talking to you, you know. Another thing I want to add on with race, if there's any hate that you are dealing with because of who you are, Latino, um, Chinese, Black, African, any familiar, thing, we are going to fall into these American type of stereotypes as far as jokes. You got to have tough skin, and you can't take everything personal. I don't advise you to dish out any type of comments or anything that fight against what they're saying. I would just advise you to get tough skin. If it gets way too disrespectful, like they cross the line, I, you know, I prefer that you have a personal conversation with them. If the personal conversation doesn't work, take it to management and see if y'all could all three or four or how many sit down and discuss this issue. If management is doing it too, I advise you to do what you can do as far as comfortable, as far as financially, but move on to another job. Definitely don't take that. Um, this can tie along with language barriers or anything. Or if they do speak in language, any sneakiness, anybody that you feel as though is talking behind your back, anybody that you feel as though is shady, anybody you feel as though just has this hidden agenda, I encourage you to watch them closely, but stay far away from them as possible. Remember, you are there to do a job. That's it. We are not here to make friends. We ain't there to go out late at night. We ain't here to do nothing extra, but do a task. And if we have to work together on the task, that we're going to do it to our best of our ability, but nothing extra. Remember, you are going there to work. So, as far as anybody being sneaky, don't even give them room to even be a friend, to even partake in stuff like that. Number one, you are there to do the job. That's it. Let's say you're not getting the hours that you feel as though you deserve, which means you can do the task. You do it as just as well as others, if not just a little bit more better. Not to say that we're better than anybody. And you just feel as though the hours don't add up. You feel as though when it's a slow season, your hours are being cut, and you feel as though, it's unfairness. There's a couple ways to take this, but I encourage us not to take it defensively, even though it's hard to. Just look at it like this. God has something that he needs you to do at the time. That's the best way to look at it. So whatever time that you are not getting as far as enough hours, I encourage you to work on your own works, future entrepreneur things, or future hobbies that you enjoy, or hobbies that you enjoy at the time. Don't waste your time trying to figure out and bicker why you're not getting the hours. Move on, do something with the time, use it wisely. I encourage you, don't sit and wait and wonder why. Just get active and get to your own works and appreciate the time. Whether if you can spend more time with your family, whether if you can spend more time with yourself, whether if you can spend more time, even most importantly, with God. He might be trying to pull you back for your time. So just always look at it like that. All right. Let's say you're in a situation where a job wants you gone, but you're not ready to go yet because you have financial issues. So what their job is to do is try to set you up to make you look a certain way, trying to put you in a situation that can sabotage you. It's always going to be this time at jobs with some people. Now, whether if you deserve it or not, that's up to you to understand. But if you don't deserve it or not, and they just really don't like you for any other reason that don't got to do with work, what I need you to do is, number one, do not fight against that. Don't get upset. Don't try to take it out on them. Use the situation to make you stronger for what your future has. So if they put you in a sabotage situation, find a way to work your way out of it and dig deep. 9 times out of 10, this situation is making you stronger. But if you look at it and use it as an advantage to complain and worry about, and point the finger, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing this, you're going to fail. You're going to fail not just at the job, but you're going to fail as a life lesson. Don't worry about that. Just don't focus on that. And at the end of the day, you're always going to get more respect. Don't focus on that. At the end of the day, you're going to get more respect by not fighting back and just doing what you have to do. Don't focus on none of that at all. Just beat the situation, do the best in the situation, and fight back against not looking bad. 9 times out of 10, if you take the high road in this situation, you will get better. They will gain more respect for you. And they will have no choice but to keep you around, because anybody that's a fighter for their job demands respect. And soon, if they don't respect you, another door will open. Just keep faith. Just remember, you have power over a lot of these situations. It's not how you react. We don't want to react to things. We want to respond. You understand? We want to respond. You want to go on to work, the work that they give you, you want to respond to it. You don't want to react to it. Like, why is this me? Why do I got to do this? You want to respond. Do what's necessary. If you feel like it's unnecessary treatment, try to professionally talk about it. If you can't professionally talk about it, it may be time to move on. And we got to accept that reality. We cannot stay in bad situations when it's hindering our growth. We are made as people to live, and living is growing. And once you stop growing, you stop living. All right? So just remember that. All peace and love. Don't let nobody make you out to be somebody you're not. If they're putting false witness on you, that's a different story. That's out of your control. But don't let nobody make you react a certain way that you didn't plan on reacting that day when you woke up. Amen. I'ma holla at y'all. Peace and love.